Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to change front brakes and rotors and front wheel bearing on a 14 Volkswagen CC. Should be the same concept on the Jetta, Passat, and I believe the Tiguan. At least the front will be the same concept. So I'll take you guys step by step on how to do this. So first, you have the 17mm lug nuts. Take those off, get the wheel off. Here, I'll take it off and then I'll show you guys. Once you get the wheel off, you'll have this little metal bracket right here. You just pop that out with a screwdriver. And then for the rotor, this is a T30 star. They'll loosen the rotor. Once you pop this off, you go in the back. There's these little caps right here. As you can see, I'm already prying it. Once you pop it out, here, I'll pop it out real quick. Once you pop it out, if you look in there, hopefully you can see, I'm not really sure, but it's a HW7 hexagon key like this. You can see right there, HW7, it's a husky set. So you'll be able to go into there, break the caliper free, move it out of the way, take the brakes off. And then right here for the caliper bracket, it's a 21mm. You got one on top and then one at the bottom. And you'll be able to get the caliper out, the bracket out. And once you take this bolt, you'll take the rotor off. And then I'll go ahead and take mine off and then I'll show you how to do a wheel bearing. All right, before I go to the next step, I forgot to show you there's actually two of those bolts that hold the caliper. As you can see right here, they are hexagon and it is the HW7. So yeah, and then I just usually leave the old brake pad here, and I just put a vice grip and just clamp it down, compress it, and take the old pad out, and I just bungee cord it up top. Then once you got all that, you can go ahead and take off the axle bolt, which is a 15/16 12-sided socket, and it fits right on. You'll be able to take that off. And then after that, you got down here 3 nuts. They're 16mm, so you'll be able to break those 3. You'll be able to pry down this control arm and pull the spindle out and pop the axle out, and then you'll be able to get to the wheel bearing bolts, which I'll show you once I take mine out. Once you got your axle bolt out and your axle out and the 3 nuts at the bottom, the 16mm, you'll be able to pop the lower ball joint out of the lower control arm. And then once you got it all out, you'll be able to see back there, there's 4 bolts. You got one down here, one over there, 2 up there. So they are 12-sided kind of star key M12. So once you break those 4 loose, you'll be able to pound out the wheel bearing. They are a lot of times seized up, so you might have to put some force into it to get them out. I suggest PB blasting them or WD-40 something, grease them up, spray as much as you can in there, break up as much as you can until you start hammering away. And then yeah, for reinstallation, it's just same thing but backwards. And that's it. It should take you about 30 to 45 minutes if you're pretty experienced on cars, but if you're just basics, I'd say about an hour to hour and a half per wheel. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I want to show you guys, so pretty much usually I just pound on this the face of the wheel bearing, but obviously you can see it came apart. Happens sometimes. Pretty sure there's better ways. So if that ever happens to you, I usually get like chisels and go from each corner, just slowly tap on each one, go all the way around, pop it out carefully, so that way you're not just pounding out one corner and you can take a chance of messing up the aluminum spindle. So yeah, just work it. As you can see, it's already coming out, and I'll show you guys one last step as it's fully out. So that's how it looks fully out. It actually came apart into a few pieces. Here, this part came apart too. As you can see, there's some rust and stuff going on, or corrosion in there. So that's why it was kind of seized up and hard to install. I suggest cleaning it all off. Just be careful with your ABS sensor not to hit that or mess it up. Just clean everything up, and then you can. I usually spray a little bit of PB, lightly rub it through, make the new wheel bearing go in easy, quick install, and then yeah. So like I said in the beginning of the video, this should work It should be the same for Volkswagens, for the CC, Passat, Jetta, Tiguan, all at least in the fronts. Volkswagen made it pretty simple with the bolt-on wheel bearings. So yeah, now you just do everything backwards to reinstall. So that's how it looks with all new parts, new brakes, rotors, and wheel bearing. I put some grease in there and on here after I clean it up, just so it slides a little bit easier and prevents any noise. But as you can see, everything's back on, bolted up. Should be a lot better.